I was the daughter of Pharaoh Thutmose I, a man known for his military prowess and leadership. Born into a royal family of immense power and prestige, my path was set from the beginning. From a young age, I was groomed for leadership, learning the intricacies of governance and the responsibilities that came with our lineage. When my father died, I married my half-brother, Thutmose II, to secure the throne. This union was not just a matter of tradition, but a strategic move to consolidate power within the family. Thutmose II was a weak ruler, and I quickly took control of the government. His inability to lead effectively created a power vacuum that I was more than prepared to fill. Initially, I ruled as regent for my stepson, Thutmose III, but my ambitions soon grew. I realized that I had the capability and vision to lead Egypt into a prosperous era. In 1473 BC, I declared myself pharaoh. This bold declaration was a turning point, not just for me, but for the entire kingdom. This was a controversial move, as there was no precedent for a woman ruling Egypt. Many doubted my ability to lead, but I was determined to prove them wrong. I adopted the full titles and regalia of a male pharaoh. This was not merely symbolic, it was a statement of my authority and legitimacy. I ruled for over 20 years and proved to be a capable and effective ruler. My reign was marked by significant achievements in trade, architecture, and governance.
Hatshepsut's rise to power was marked by her shrewd political maneuvers. She skillfully navigated the complex dynamics of the royal court and secured her position through strategic alliances. Her ability to secure support from key figures within the government was crucial. She understood the importance of having influential allies and worked tirelessly to gain their loyalty. Her reign was a testament to her strength and determination. Hatshepsut not only maintained stability in Egypt, but also ushered in a period of prosperity and cultural flourishing that would be remembered for generations.
Hatshepsut's reign challenged the traditional patriarchal structure of ancient Egyptian society. The Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was a divine intermediary between the gods and humans, and the pharaoh was always male, as he represented the god Horus. Hatshepsut's decision to rule as a woman undermined this fundamental belief. Her reign was met with resistance from some members of the royal court. These officials may have felt threatened by her power and questioned her legitimacy. Despite this opposition, Hatshepsut was able to maintain control, largely because she had the support of key officials and the army.
Hatshepsut's ability to navigate the complex political landscape of ancient Egypt and maintain her authority is a testament to her leadership and resilience.
After Hatshepsut's death, her stepson, Thutmose III, came to power. This marked a significant shift in the political landscape of ancient Egypt. He had been sidelined during her reign and seems to have harbored deep resentment towards his stepmother. Hatshepsut had ruled as a pharaoh in her own right, a rare occurrence for a woman in ancient Egypt. Thutmose III launched a campaign to erase her from history. This was not just a personal vendetta, but a calculated political move. He ordered the destruction of her statues and monuments, systematically dismantling her legacy, and removed her name from official records. This act of damnatio memoria was intended to obliterate her from the annals of history. The reasons for this damnatio memoria are still debated by historians. Some argue it was purely out of spite, while others believe that Thutmose III was motivated by revenge for being overshadowed during his formative years. Another theory suggests he was trying to legitimize his own claim to the throne by erasing any evidence of Hatshepsut's successful reign. Whatever his motives, Thutmose III's efforts to erase Hatshepsut's memory were largely successful. He went to great lengths to ensure that her contributions were forgotten. She was forgotten for centuries, her achievements buried under the sands of time.
The systematic erasure of Hatshepsut's legacy is a stark reminder of how history can be manipulated. It highlights the political intrigue and power struggles that defined ancient Egyptian royal succession. These power dynamics were complex and often brutal. The traditions of royal succession in ancient Egypt were fraught with tension, ambition, and the ever-present threat of erasure. Hatshepsut's story is a testament to the fragile nature of historical memory.
Thutmose III may have tried to discredit Hatshepsut's reign to secure his own lineage. His actions were not just about personal ambition, but also about ensuring the stability and continuity of his dynasty. By emphasizing her gender as a disqualifying factor, he could cast doubt on the legitimacy of her rule. In a society where male pharaohs were the norm, questioning her right to rule based on her gender would have been a powerful strategy. This would have strengthened his claim to the throne and secured the succession for his heirs. By undermining Hatshepsut's legitimacy, Thutmose III could present himself as the only rightful ruler, thereby consolidating his power. Furthermore, by removing Hatshepsut's name from monuments, he could insert himself into her accomplishments. This act of historical revisionism was aimed at erasing her contributions and ensuring that future generations would remember him as the true architect of Egypt's prosperity. This would have further legitimized his reign and presented him as the rightful heir to the throne. By rewriting history, Thutmose III could create a narrative that favored his rule and diminished Hatshepsut's achievements. This calculated erasure of her legacy highlights the political stakes at play in ancient Egypt. The struggle for power was not just a matter of military might, but also of controlling the historical narrative.
The actions taken by Thutmose III to secure his position and erase Hatshepsut's legacy were part of a broader strategy to consolidate his rule. His efforts to rewrite history were aimed at ensuring that his reign would be remembered as legitimate and unchallenged. Reveal the lengths to which rulers would go to maintain power and control in ancient Egypt. The political maneuvers and historical revisions undertaken by Thutmose III underscore the complexities of succession and the importance of legacy in ancient Egyptian society. Section 5. A Golden Age, Economic Prosperity and Architectural Wonders. Despite the controversy surrounding her reign, Hatshepsut was a highly successful pharaoh.
She ushered in a period of peace and prosperity. She focused on trade and diplomacy rather than military conquest.
She reopened trade routes with Punt. This brought wealth and luxury goods into Egypt.
Hatshepsut also launched ambitious building projects. She employed the skilled architect Senenmut to oversee these projects.
Her reign marked a high point in Egyptian art and architecture. Her monuments were grand and innovative. They reflected her power and ambition. Hatshepsut's most famous building project is her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari. Section 6. The Deir el-Bahari Complex, Hatshepsut's monumental legacy.
This temple is a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian architecture. It is located on the west bank of the Nile River. The temple is built into a cliff face. It consists of 3 terraces connected by ramps.
The temple is decorated with reliefs and statues. They depict scenes from Hatshepsut's reign. They also recount the story of her divine birth.
The temple was intended to be a lasting monument to Hatshepsut's greatness. It was also meant to legitimize her claim to the throne.
Section 7. Beyond the Nile, expanding trade and diplomatic relations. Hatshepsut understood the importance of trade. She knew it would bring wealth and stability to Egypt. She focused on re-establishing trade routes, which had been disrupted during the Second Intermediate period.
One of her most famous expeditions was to the land of Punt. Punt was a land located to the south of Egypt, known for its exotic goods. Hatshepsut's expedition to Punt was a success. Her ships returned laden with incense, ebony, and other valuable goods. This expedition demonstrated Egypt's renewed power and influence.
Section 8. Images of power Hatshepsut's masculine portrayal. To solidify her authority, Hatshepsut adopted the traditional iconography of male pharaohs. She is often depicted wearing the pharaoh's headdress and shown with a false beard. These symbols of power helped to legitimize her rule in the eyes of her subjects.
This masculine portrayal was a strategic decision. It allowed her to navigate the complexities of a patriarchal society and ensured the stability of her reign. Hatshepsut's ability to adapt to the expectations of her time speaks to her remarkable political acumen.
Section 9. Restoring legitimizing her reign through propaganda. Hatshepsut used propaganda to legitimize her reign. She claimed that she was the rightful heir to the throne, saying her father, Thutmose I, had chosen her as his successor.
She also emphasized her connection to the goddess Hathor, a powerful goddess of kingship and motherhood. By associating herself with Hathor, Hatshepsut was able to bolster her claim to the throne. She presented herself as a divine ruler, chosen by the gods to govern Egypt. These efforts to legitimize her rule were essential in maintaining order and stability.
Section 10. A lasting legacy, Hatshepsut's enduring impact on history. Hatshepsut's reign was a period of great prosperity and innovation. She is considered to be one of the most successful pharaohs of ancient Egypt.
She was a skilled administrator, a shrewd diplomat, and a visionary builder. Her legacy continues to fascinate us today. Her story is a testament to the power of ambition and reminds us that history is not always written by the victors. Hatshepsut's story is a reminder that women have always played a vital role in shaping the course of history.